All right. Hey, everybody. Shane here, dailyastrocat.com. And today it's not about a daily, but it's about the eclipse. It's the solar eclipse, which is going to be complete. It's called the Great American Eclipse in Aries. It's happening on April, which is a Monday. And it's going to start at about, 11:48 in the afternoon and then end about 4:52 in the evening here on the East Coast of the United States. Now, a couple of things that I want to say about it is that I did the daily astrology on it, but now we're going to talk about some fun stuff and a little bit more of the astrology of the eclipse itself. What that node has to do with it, what Chiron is telling you to do, what we're trying to what is it? What is it that we need? What is it that we got rid of? What is it that we need to reform and redo and move towards? What's going to make us better? What's going to help us help others and help ourselves in the same at the same time? This is very much tied in with our oh, you know, some folks say it's a karmic destiny. Some people think it goes through lifetimes. Some people think it's a point of contact for other civilizations, other essences that are maybe out there in the cosmos. You just don't know, do you? That's what some people are thinking and feeling. You take what resonates with you. You know what speaks to you. You do you. Okay. I'm just going to tell you what my feelings are about it, and what you do with it from there is totally up to you. I'm just telling you what my impressions are of it. And this is going to come from a semi-intuitive place. I don't do anything crazy. I just happen to just get feelings, intuitions, and stuff like that, and we move forward. And this feels. We've been telling you for 6 months that this has been a very significant eclipse that we're building up to. We've also told you from the beginning on dailyastrocat.com that we do believe that the eclipses have a longer cycle than what they appear to be. We gave them about a 6 month cycle originally. They actually can go longer, and I accept that because as long as the nodes are in that particular sign, so the North Node in Aries, the South Node in Libra, that keeps on returning and recycling, and that can last for up to about 18 months. Say, I believe it takes about 18 and a half months for 18 and a half years for the moon to cycle through all the signs with the nodes. So I mean, it's called the moon cycling, but it's actually just the way that the Earth and Moon meet up, and the way the orbits are, and where they line up with the sun. Okay, and that's what's key to understanding the eclipse today is some of that science behind it. Now, I'm going to switch to sharing my screen now, just to get me off the camera, and let's do that. So we're going to share the screen. And we're going to share this one right here. And there you go. You've got our typical wheel that we see. Now, something we said, we do have all those planets that are, just align the sky, right? They're all in one spot. Can you believe that? The only outliers we really have is this dark moon Lilith over here. We have some of the asteroids, like Haumea right here at the first degree of Scorpio. You don't see her on the chart because we don't track her. You have Sedna over here at this degree. You have Orcus right here at the 0 degree. Eris. Not sure where Orcus is. I think Pallas Athene is somewhere around here, and Ceres, if I'm not mistaken, is just somewhere. So anyway, actually, I can tell you where Ceres is. Ceres is at 17 degrees Capricorn. I was correct. Look at that. And we have Vesta at 2 degrees of Cancer. Okay. Any other ones that I'm missing? I got Maki Maki and Libra. And we have Ixion, Orcus is at 0 degrees, like I said. And we have Quorar, which is at 10 degrees of Scorpio. Now remember, not Scorpio, Capricorn. Now remember, we got our galactic center at 27 degrees of this point right here. That number doesn't mean a lot right now, but it is going to mean a lot moving forward, okay? As Jupiter and Uranus start to get to that 27-degree mark, it's going to form a trine with that. Something to look forward to, right? Oh, yeah. So anyway, we have all this happening right here. We have that North Node right here. Now, the last eclipse that we had was the lunar eclipse when the moon was down here, and that was a full moon, and path of the Earth was between the sun and the moon, and that made the moon obscured. Okay, and that's what caused that lunar eclipse. Now it was a penumbral eclipse, so we're going to get into some of that terminology in a minute, just for further understanding. Because this isn't just about astrology. This is a little bit of astronomy, and whatever we pick up. We've got some Wikipedia pages in here. We got a NASA page in here to track this particular eclipse, and we also have just a fun picture of the devil comet. All right, so let's talk about a couple things here first. Let's move over to the let's get the devil comet out of the way, huh? Because it's really cool. Take a look at that. Isn't that freaking cool? Now, don't hate me. This is from Ann Arbor, Michigan. This picture was taken in Texas by Brian Odom. It's copyrighted, and I'm sure that, let's see, it's called Comet 12P Pons Brooks. Okay, so it's photographed on Sunday, March 3rd. So that's the real name of it. It's not Devil Comet, but I kind of like the idea of that name. It's blue-green, and they tend to show up when they get close to the sun. So the closer to the sun they get, the brighter they get, and the longer that tail gets. That halo around the front of it, that's called the comet. So that's where they get their name. It's that aura around the front of it, and that's from these are basically balls of ice, and as it gets closer to the sun, it warms up, and there's vapor and dust and whatever trailing behind it. All right, now we're going to get that off of there so that we don't get, like in total trouble. Okay, let's talk about the eclipse path. This is kind of fun too. As you can see, it kind of goes across the United States. It arcs around here. Now we're down here, so it doesn't really get too close to us, but we'll still be able to see it from down here. Okay, we'll still be able to see some effects of it because it's a larger one. This is the totality of it right here, though. Okay, we will notice little bits of it here, but I don't, what exactly it does, I'm not quite sure. So, I suppose we could put it in there to figure out what we would see or what the path would be. I don't know if they would give a wider version of this, but that's what you got. So now think about this. There's a slightly different look at it, and there's the time. So in Burlington, Vermont, they're expecting at about 12:14 p.m. You'll see it starts in Dallas at around 12:23 with the partial and the totality beginning, and the max is right there, 1:42 to 3:33, and then the partial ends right around 4:40 in Caribou, Maine. Okay, so that's what you're looking at. If you're in any of those places, you're in luck. You're going to be able to see it. If you're in Burlington, Vermont, at 3:27, it's going to be pitch black out. Well, not pitch black, but it'll be dark. All right. My memories of a partial solar eclipse are that chickens laid eggs twice. I remember that. They laid eggs twice in the day because it got dark. It got dark enough out that the chickens thought it was nighttime. They went in and laid a second thing of eggs, if you can believe that. And that's when I was really young. So that's what we got from NASA. Oh, look at that. Here, wait, look, it's starting, right? Now, if we go to Wikipedia, we get a couple more images. That's from 1999 image right there. What's this one here? Let's see. Oh, look, Southern Utah in, it doesn't say. All right. So at any rate, um, pictures of eclipses are cool, right? Look at that. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. We've got the size of what you're seeing. We've got, okay, here's how the eclipses kind of work. Okay. This is how the moon comes in with the sun and then puts the shadow on the earth, or the view from the earth. We can see where it kind of is in that sweet spot in there. You can see how it's got a broader cone to it, and that's the penumbra. Okay. The umbra is in this area right down here. So that's the difference between those two. And that's how it kind of works, right? So you got the penumbra, which is that larger shadow, and you got the umbra, which is that detailed shadow. So with it being that size, it will be visible from our house, that's for sure, and probably from your house as well if you're in the northeast of the United States. If you're also in Texas or the Midwest, you will have that too. You may be even fortunate enough to see the full eclipse. Kind of neat, right? And there's a nice picture of the moon. It's always good to see a nice picture of the moon, right? Beautiful, beautiful. There's a picture of the sun. And there we go. There's some of the math behind it. There's the Earth. And there you go. And this actually explains how the orbital plane of the moon and the sun and the Earth intersect with the sun to make it so that the nodes, those nodes right here, node, that's where they line up, because otherwise it doesn't match, because you see that angle right there, that tilt, that's the tilt of the moon as it orbits the Earth. It's not flat relative to the Earth around the sun. It's at a slightly different angle. Okay, that's that is what is the declination of it. Okay, so we've got it right there. So you have to have the moon being full right there. Boom, boom. A new moon. There's a full moon. Oh, well, that's a new moon. That's a full moon because it's the opposite side, right? So the Earth would be blocking the sun in that case, or in this case, you can see how that's a little cone and it comes down. That's the moon blocking the Earth, right? So see where there's no eclipse over here? That's because the shadows are going off to the side. But here's where your nodes are at, and that's where they happen. So here, this is why it doesn't happen all the time. Otherwise, every time we had a full moon, if it was lined up perfectly, we would have an eclipse, right? So that's pretty cool as well. So look, wanted to share some of that stuff with you. Wanted to share, basically what that is. Now, let's take a look back at our chart, okay? And then I'm going to get back on camera and we'll talk about this just a little bit more. This is a very, very interesting time for us because of this new moon in Aries. That new moon in Aries energy is very forward, right? It's time for something new, guys. It's time for something new. And this eclipse is like, wow, let's just wash it all away. Now, there's some people that are saying that this has to do with Pluto and Aquarius as well, because Pluto and Aquarius wants to shake up the old order. Pluto and Capricorn tended to reinforce that old order. Now, Pluto's only in Aquarius for a little while, and it's going to go back to Capricorn. But come the end of this year, it's in Aquarius to stay. Okay, so it's not vacillating. It's not wishy-washy. We are already seeing some of the changes that are happening. We're seeing how things are just rapidly changing. Technology is changing so quickly, and this is something that tends to happen. As Aquarius is a very tech-oriented sign. It's associated with inventions. It's associated with innovation. It's also associated with individuality, eccentricity, and it's also associated with just being, mostly holding fast to some ideas. Sometimes they hold on to them for too long, and they're just too wrong. It's a very independently minded sign. Yet we're finding that independence comes with a dependency, because we have to know that Aquarius also represents the collective, and that collective that it's representing is part of what makes that sign tick. It's that group responsibilities. That's the seventh house, where that's at. That's a Libra house. That's different. The 11th house is typically associated with our social groupings, our social gatherings, how we react with society and stuff. So that's what we have for you. Okay. Now, with that being said, that focus with the Pluto in Aquarius, and this is like the end of the Pisces cycle, right? We've just entered into Aries. Venus is in Aries. We are here. So let's think about this. So thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. And I'll be back with another daily. Thank you.